The SMC 135 f2.5 was made between 1975 and 1985. It's a manual focus lens with a Pentax K mount. These SMC lenses are also known as the K series. They're highly regarded, and this particular lens is rated as one of the best. It weighs around 500 grams and has 8 aperture blades. It needs a good deep hood, and this old metal Takuma hood fits perfectly. For the quality of the images, and also the build quality, this lens is great value for money. The images are very sharp, and the subject isolation is excellent, and it really delivers that sought-after 3D look. The lens produces lively and vibrant colors. It's good for street scenes, landscapes, portraits, and closer-up subjects like flowers. It also produces enough details to handle quite large crops. Wide open is where the lens really shines. It's very smooth and sharp, like a fast 50. The extra focal length and very narrow depth of field gives it an edge on subject isolation, as well as producing quite large bokeh balls, as you can see here in this photo, where I've added some vignette to the edges. In the right conditions, the bokeh can be quite fascinating and sometimes wild, not just wide open but also stop down. This is one of the reasons why the lens is so much fun to use. The photo here was taken stop right down, and the lens produced an amazing collection of starbursts, flares and octagons, and the lens's 8 blades really do produce nice clear starbursts. The lens is quite heavy for walking around, and given the way it balances on the camera, you'll need a steady hand to avoid blur. It's sharp wide open, but the depth of field is so narrow, focusing correctly can be a challenge. Fortunately, the glass is large and bright, so you'll get a good view. The lens exhibits narrow colour fringing in both purple and green wider open. You can see it in this snap. It's not a big deal, it can easily be dealt with in post-processing. You just have to be aware of situations where fringing is more likely. It can be a frustrating lens to use on digital cameras if you rely on automatic metering. For some reason the metering is not always spot on, and generally the lens needs and rewards manual adjustments and patience. You might not get a high proportion of keepers, but the good ones will be great. In conclusion, I actually prefer using this lens to the more expensive 85mm lenses. It seems to open up more creative opportunities. I own a number of other 135 lenses and they're all good lenses. However, this one is very special. If you found this short review useful, please subscribe to my channel, as I'm producing more of these lens reviews for M42 and K mount lenses.